What's up, everyone? Deuces Jack at VapingInsider.com. Today I got a new kit for you. We're talking about the Coil Art Luxe kit. Check it out. Isn't it a beauty? Dual 18650 200 watt mod. Is it a Voopoo Drag 2 killer? Let's open this thing up and see what we got. Check that mod out, man. Is that a beauty or what? I mean, look at it. It's just drop dead gorgeous. Let's put it on deck for a second. Here's the paperwork. This is your Luxe Tank user manual. Here is your Luxe 200 user manual. Inside the box, within a box, you get a Luxe Tank. We're going to put that on deck for a second. We'll go over it in more detail. You also get some spare O-rings. You get a spare bubble glass. Nice touch. You also get this spare coil. This is the M4 0.15 ohm coil, good for 80 to 150 watts with a best of from 100 to 120. Check that out, man. Quadruple mesh. Oh, yeah. Look at all those wicking slots right there. Notice they put the Coil Art emblem there, but they did not put the material. Coil Art. You had plenty of room here. Put the material of the coil on there. Yeah, we understand it's mesh and it's probably Kanthal, but we deserve to know what we're vaping on. So we're going to give you a con for that. But look at this beastly coil. Let's take a look at the tank. Check this thing out, man. Digging that triple-toned look. Check it out. You got some silver, some resin, some silver, some black, some more resin. Nice, nice job. Look at that drip tip. Matches just beautifully. Check that out. Nice and snug. It is an 810 style drip tip with the O-rings on the drip tip itself. Nice catch cup over there. This is the part that screws off. That's your top cap right there. You can see, got a nice big O-ring on the interior. Nice recessed juice slots that will accommodate most any bottle. They even put a metal ring on the inside of the top cap so you're not screwing resin onto metal. Awesome job on that, Coil Art. Really, really like the way you thought that out. Not a lot of threading on the top cap, man. About a half a twist, and she's sealed up again. So nice job on that. Bottom airflow over here. Huge, huge gobs of airflow. Dual bottom airflow. Whatever you adjust on one side happens on the other. There is a stopper right there. On the bottom of the atomizer, you can see it says Luxe Tank. We have a gold-plated 510 connection with an insulator ring around it, designed by Coil Art. In order to access your coil, you unscrew the base like every other atomizer. You can see that coil in there has pretty much had it, man. It's getting there. I put a ton of custards through it. Fantastic flavor. That's the single mesh coil M1 0.15 ohms, good for 50 to 90 watts with a best of rating of 60 to 80. I'd say that rating's pretty accurate. I've been vaping the hell out of this coil. It keeps up just fine at around 75 watts. That's what I've been using it at. 80 watts is fine as well. I really didn't push it over that. But I'll tell you what, flavor on this is just banging, right up there with some of the best mesh coils on the market. Let's install the quad coil so we can talk about that on top. Put it right in there like that. Juice we're going to be using today is Jam Monster Blackberry. You guys like blackberry vapes? Definitely check this one out. Let's prime this coil up and see how the flavor is. Put a couple of drops in there right inside. Get those juice ports flowing with some juice. Just give them a little start. That's what I like to do. Okay. Now we're going to take our primed up coil. We're going to install it just like so. Habit I like to get into, keep the airflow closed when you fill the tank up. Open up that top cap and let's give it a nice squeeze. Fill that up. This is a 5.5 ml tank, so nice capacity on that. All nice and full. Put that top cap back on. Like a half a twist. Put that drip tip back on. And there you go. There it is, all filled up. We're going to let that sit for a while we go over the mod. Let's take a tour around the mod. Check that out. Some Lux 200 branding right there. Look at those gorgeous panels. They say they're glass, but they don't feel like glass. It's not like I feel like if I drop this, this is going to break like the back of a phone. But that's what they're claiming it's like. It's like the back of a phone, right? Those glass-backed phones. But I'll tell you what, man, it doesn't feel fragile or anything. I actually like them. Both panels do come off. We got some venting on the bottom. There are two little tabs for your fingernails in order to get them under and lift those panels. We'll go over that in a minute. Nice square fire button. Nice and clicky. Nice big plus and minus button. There is your screen right there. Micro USB port for charging and updates. Let's take a look at the top of the mod. Spring-loaded, gold-plated 510 that I would say has a loose, long throw to it. We have a stainless steel plate here with some cutouts and some screws holding the plate in place. 24mm atomizers will fit here without any overhang. 25s will have very, very slight overhang because of this little beveling here, right there. If it wasn't for that, they wouldn't overhang. You almost have to turn the mod upside down to see the overhang. 25s do look good, but they will have slight overhang. I like this little cutout right here that they did. Kind of rest your thumb on it if you're not firing. Nice job on that. Like I said before, these panels come off. Because both panels come off, there is no battery strap. You just pop them out like that, right? There are your battery indicator markings. I wish they would have done it in a different color. They did something a little different on this one, right? Normally, like both bottom contacts are spring-loaded or both top contacts are spring-loaded. On this one, both negative contacts are spring-loaded. So here's spring-loaded. This is button style. Button style, spring-loaded. Kind of different. I haven't really seen that before. 4 magnets over here. All right. Nice strong magnets that hold everything in place. Obviously, you don't need a battery strap because you can push your batteries right through. Other side is nice and clean as well. You got 3 screws holding everything in place, as well as more magnets in the corners right there. There's the cutout for your fingernail. Overall, man, just a really high quality mod. They did a nice job on the construction of it. It just feels great in the hand. Let's install some batteries. Batteries we're going to be using today are the Gheleesi S30 Pro Series 18650s. Like I said, the negative contact is the one with the spring load, so that's the one you want to go for first. Put it in like that. On the other side, same thing. Negative side goes in first. Give it a little pop, and boom, and there's your Coil Art Eagle chip screen. Panels are nice and solid. Little bit of a tiny wiggle, but when you're using it, they don't move. If you force it like this, you'll have a wiggle, but when you're using it, no, not at all. Check out that screen. Let's go over it. Right now, I'm in temperature control mode, so you see my degrees right there. Fahrenheit, stainless steel. There are my battery meters. Puff counter in seconds. There's my resistance, my wattage, my amps, and my total number of puffs. The one bad thing about this is every time you switch the batteries, the puff counter resets. I don't like that. In order to go through the menu system, you just hit the fire button 3 times. Now I'm in power mode. Now I'm in bypass mode. Now I'm in nickel mode. Now I'm in titanium. Now I'm in stainless steel. And back to power. Here is your preheat right there. In power mode, if you hit the button 4 times, it gives you a choice of your preheat. You can scroll between normal, custom, there's exit, strong, and weak. I normally keep it in normal. Custom is your power curve mode. I don't use it, but I know a lot of people do. Hit the plus and minus button together to lock the keys. With the keys locked, you can't adjust the wattage, but you can fire the mod. So just keep that in mind. One thing I really like about this mod, it's got a nice bright screen that's well laid out, but notice it scrolls in half-watt increments. I love that, man. That's a fantastic job. I wish all mods scrolled in half-watt or 1-watt increments. Here's one last look at it, all put together. Let's talk about the cons and the pros. First con's going to be, man, I wish they centered that 510. I think it would have been a lot better if they would have put that thing right in the middle. Next con's going to be, it only goes up to 80 watts in TC. I don't know why companies do that. It's an issue. I'm giving it a con. Next con is it's a little bit on the pricey side. Another con, and I'm not sure everybody's going to have this issue, but mine did not come with a USB cable. Maybe it was an oversight. I looked on the website and it says that it does come with a USB cable, but I did not get one. I have to point it out. And the last con, if you use that quad mesh coil, it's a juice sucker. You better DIY or have a cheap source for juice. Let's get into the pros because there are plenty of them. First pro is going to be, look at it. It's gorgeous. They did a bang-up job with it, matching the tank to the mod. It's a beautiful looking kit. They're getting a pro for that from me. Next pro is the form factor. I like it. Feels comfortable in the hand. It measures in at 89 by 53 by 25, and it just feels great in the hand. We'll give them a pro for that. It also has that Eagle chipset inside, which is a very competent chipset. That's a pro. Easy menu system. You'll always get a pro on this channel for that. It's got some really nice build quality to it. We're going to give them a pro on that. It fires fast. That's a pro. 24mm tanks fit on it with no overhang. 25s look good, but if you're OCD, there's going to be a slight overhang with 25s. 2 mesh coils included, a single and a quad. That's a pro. Nice colors it's available in. It's available in black, red, white, green, and blue. It's a complete kit. All you got to do is add batteries and juice and you're vaping. That's a pro. No rattles. No battery door rattle. No button rattle. No nothing. I like that. We're going to give it a pro for that. The screen is very bright and well laid out. That's a pro. It's got 2 removable panels. And hopefully, CoilArt is going to come out with some extra panels that you could buy. This way you can mix and match things up. I like that. We're giving them a pro for that. You get 5.5 mLs with the bubble glass, and they gave you a spare bubble glass. That's a pro. The last thing I want to talk about on the CoilArt Lux are the panels. The panels, they say, are made out of glass. They don't feel like glass, but supposedly they're made out of the same glass type of material that you see on the back of some cell phones. They don't feel as fragile as that. Like, I don't feel like if I drop this, they're going to break. But, you know, I'll take them at their word for it. They're beautiful panels. They look fantastic. I mean, looks-wise, this is probably everything the Drag 2 should have been, right? I mean, they should have just done it on both sides instead of that gaudy branding. And I'll tell you what, I actually like this mod better than the Drag 2. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what your favorite Dual 18650 kit so far has been. I'd love to hear from you. Make sure you click the thumbnails on the screen. Check out some of our other videos. And that's it, folks. That's all we got today. You keep living that vape life. We're out of here. Deuces.